Hey everyone, are you ready for some exciting news? After a shocking cameo in Fast X, Luke Hobbs is returning to his own spin-off movie, which is an untitled Fast and Furious film. This time, he will go head-to-head with the sinister Dante Reyes, who has a personal grudge against him. But he won't be fighting alone. He'll have some backup from some familiar faces from the main series who will join him in this epic adventure. But who are they, and what will they do to help Hobbs? Well, in this video, we will reveal the 10 Fast and Furious characters who must return in the new Hobbs spin-off. You don't want to miss this if you're a fan of Fast and Furious and Dwayne Johnson, who shocked everyone with his return after a long absence from the franchise. So watch this video till the end without skipping and drop a like if you enjoy it. And now, without further ado, let's get into the video. The first character on our list is the one who is behind everything, Dante Reyes, the son of the drug lord, Hernan Reyes, who Hobbs killed in Fast 5. Dante is back with a vengeance, and he has his sights set on Hobbs and his spin-off movie. Jason Momoa is confirmed to reprise his role as the ruthless villain, who will have a major part in the plot and a fierce showdown with Hobbs. Dante already tried to destroy Dom and his family in Fast X, but he failed. Now he wants to finish what he started, and he won't let anyone stand in his way. Dante and Hobbs have a long history of hatred and violence, and their conflict will reach a new level of intensity in the spin-off. One of the most shocking moments in Fast X was the reappearance of Giselle Yashar. She is next on the list, and she was thought to be dead after sacrificing herself to save Han from a crashing plane. How did Giselle survive such a deadly fall, and what has she been doing since then? These are some of the questions that Hobbs' spin-off could answer if Giselle joins him in his mission against Dante. She's one of the few people who Hobbs trusts and respects, and she's also a formidable fighter and spy. Her presence in the spin-off would be a welcome surprise for Fast and Furious fans. Even though Johnson has said that his new project is not a sequel to Hobbs and Shaw, it would be a huge disappointment if Deckard Shaw didn't show up in some way. The two have a great dynamic that's resulted in many funny moments throughout the series, and after being away for a while, they both came back just in time to team up again. After Shaw's cameo in Fast X, it also makes sense that he'd want to help Hobbs take down Dante, since the latter threatened his mother's life. A good way to bring Hattie Shaw back for the Hobbs spin-off would be to give her character more importance without making her part of a story where she doesn't fit in. She was a standout in the Hobbs and Shaw movie, but Hattie never really had a role in the main series. Since Hobbs and Shaw 2 seems to be stuck in production, this Hobbs spin-off would be the ideal place to follow up on Hattie's story, since he's one of the few characters in the series that she knows and has a bond with. A daring move for the Hobbs spin-off would be to bring back Monica Fuentes, but it's surprises like this that Fast and Furious is known for. Fuentes was a US customs officer who worked with Brian in Too Fast, Too Furious, before making a brief appearance with Luke Hobbs in Fast 5. The character was forgotten when Eva Mendes left acting, but her comeback would make perfect sense given her past with Hobbs and the fact that he knows he can rely on her. The character of Cypher has always been intriguing, first showing up as the main villain in The Fate of the Furious before becoming an ally to Dominic Toretto and his team after Dante Reyes tried to kill her. She's added a whole new layer to the last few movies, with the audience never sure of whose side she's on. She would be a fascinating addition to the Hobbs spin-off, especially since the characters have very different personalities that would probably clash over their methods and plan. She said that the enemy of her enemy is her friend, and Hobbs seems to be Dante's latest foe. Despite having a big role in movies like Furious 7, the fate of Kurt Russell's Mr. Nobody is still a mystery. He was assumed dead after his plane crashed because of Jacob Toretto in F9. But the Fast and Furious series has fooled audiences with fake deaths enough times to make that doubtful. It's possible that Mr. Nobody is still alive, living a calmer life and avoiding trouble. Mr. Nobody previously faked Han's death to protect him from Deckard Shaw, so he clearly knows how to do it, and he'd be among the first to come and help Hobbs. Queenie Shaw first showed up in The Fate of the Furious and quickly became a fan favorite character thanks to her witty humor and larger-than-life personality. The character also appeared in Hobbs and Shaw, so if Deckard is somehow involved in the upcoming Hobbs spin-off, it makes sense that his mother would show up too. especially since he left to protect her at the end of Fast X. She would bring a much-needed sense of comedy to the project that could work well with Johnson and Statham's chemistry. It wouldn't be fair to bring the Shah family back together without including Owen, who was the main villain of Fast and Furious 6, before joining forces with Dom and his friends in The Fate of the Furious on his mother's command. The main series is clearly trying to move away from the Shah brothers as the main villains, as they were in the 6th and 7th movies, but the Hobbs spin-off would be a great place to make them relevant again and give them a more fitting story. Dominic Toretto helping Luke Hobbs in the upcoming spin-off would be a very moving moment for several reasons. Not only have the characters faced several challenges together over the course of the series, but it would also give the two actors a chance to show that the Vin Diesel-Dwayne Johnson feud is actually over and they can work together again. Toretto knows exactly how it feels to be hunted by Dante, so he'd be the first person to hurry and help Hobbs when he finds himself in the same situation, as soon as he gets out of that tricky Fast X cliffhanger. And here we reach the end of the video. Now tell me, which character are you most excited to see in the spin-off? Do you have any other suggestions for who should join Hobbs? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.